It is another episode of AMJAMBO Time. Thank you for all who help us to broadcast this unique program. I want to welcome our listeners in Maine and around the world. Here are our headline stories. Muslims worldwide recently concluded Ramadhan, a month focused on spirituality and fasting. In Maine, many community iftars throughout the month brought people together for the breaking of the fast. Our team was on the ground in Portland during Eid-al-Fitr. Joy, happiness, and remembrance of their long journey are some expression on the faces of many newly naturalized Mainers. The naturalization ceremony brings great remembrance for new Mainers who went through a long process to attain naturalization. In this show, we will go to Lyman Moore Middle School and bring to you the ambience in the room where 55 Mainers from 26 countries took an oath of allegiance as new citizens of the U.S. Ever tasted Nigerian dishes? We will take you to a Nigerian Meal Night that happened in Lewiston. Heather Dallas is with us. She warns new Mainers to protect their money from scammers, people trying to cheat them out of their money. Learning English while also cooking. Sounds interesting. We have a brief exchange from a recent activity at home. We have some tips to help you navigate life in Maine. Details after the break.
This program is sponsored by Maine Humanities, offering Readers Retreat on April 6th in Orono, Scarborough, Lubec, and online. Join other readers from across Maine and 3 Indigenous writers and thinkers as they reflect on Tommy Orange's award-winning novel, They're There. Learn more at mainehumanities.org.
It was called Nigerian Night and brought Africans together at the Afro-Taste restaurant bar in Lewiston on April 13, 2024 to taste Nigerian dishes. AMJAMBO's Ernest Ndaisaba interviewed Patience Success, Nigerian dishes specialist cook.
My name is Patience Success Jua. I live here in Maine, and I'm from Nigeria. I'm married with 3 kids. This event, we decided to put this together so as to, bring Africans together so we can eat food from all the tribes, because normally we have Angola nights, Congolese night and all that, but we decided to organize this Nigerian night just so that people can get to eat our Nigerian food and then listen to Nigerian music and of course meet beautiful people. That's the reason why we organize this, and so far people have been showing up, and of course it's been very awesome.
In our culture, food or dishes are most important to show our culture, or the best things we can have for our dishes. What are specific things for dishes in Nigeria?
Nigeria, we have different kinds of food. Wonderful, So, but today we are going to be eating the egusi soup. I think most people are familiar with egusi soup. So today we are eating egusi soup with pounded yam. Pounded yam is made from yam. It's just like fufu. Like everybody knows fufu. This is just like fufu, but it is different. Fufu is from cassava, while pounded yam is from yam. So, and then the egusi soup, it's melon. It's the melon soup. With different kind of vegetable in it, with goat meat. It's very nice. I know you want to test it too. And then also we're going to be having the popular jollof rice. Everybody knows Nigeria has the best jollof rice. So we have the jollof rice, and of course today we are going to be having pepper soup, goat's meat pepper soup. It's very spicy for those that love to eat spice. So those are the things we have for today, but we have so many other foods, but these 3 are the ones we are really majoring on today.
Do you have any restaurant or any shop where we can buy Nigerian food?
Yes, we have just one local store where you can get this Nigerian food, but most of these things we get them from Nigeria. Yes, because it's very difficult to find them here. So most of the ingredients I need for making this, I got them from Nigeria. But we have a Nigerian store where you can find some of these things. There's a Nigerian store on Lincoln Street where you can buy this, and
Here in
hopefully, yeah, here in Lewiston, yeah, yeah, and then we also have some in Portland too. Yes, so hopefully we are hoping that soon we'll have many Nigerian stores, where we can easily get the things instead of, having to order them from Nigeria. Yes, so yeah.
Those who are coming now to taste the Nigerian dish, your invitation in comparison of other dishes from Africa or from other countries.
Like everybody is welcome to try our Nigerian dish. Yeah, I think I'm not going to say Nigerian food is sweeter than other African food. No, I'm not going to say that. Of course, everybody we all have the belief that our food is this. I have the belief that my food is sweeter than the others, and others believe theirs is sweeter. So I would advise we all try and test every other. I have tested Angolan food, I have tested Congolese food, yeah, and I love it. So I will also want others to test our Nigerian food, and I know they're going to love it too. I mean, that's what sharing is all about. Let's try and test from everywhere, and and then we'll be able to compare and contrast and tell which is really good. Different events, but this is the first time I think Afrotaste is hosting something like this. Yeah. But otherwise, Nigerians in Maine, we have been organizing events. We had one at Augusta last year, and we are looking forward to organizing another one this year. And of course, October 1st is our Nigerian independence. We also have events we organize.
Stephen and his family were at the event. They spoke to Ernest as well.
The connection with Africa is just like, ancestry, and also like just culturally throughout growing up in America, where you want to know more about your African roots. Mm-hmm. So you research and you do DNA tests and you do everything you can to find out where's this connection coming from Africa, because no matter what, you're black. So everybody gonna say, oh, you come from Africa, so you got to figure out why and where.
Have you tasted other dishes from...
Oh yeah, I mean, so I haven't tasted, so mainly a lot of Arabic food, a lot of Caribbean food. So a lot of, how would you call it, like Jamaica, just Spanish food, Puerto Rican food, all that kind of thing. And everybody has similar rice dishes and different things that they do, but mainly Caribbean.
By the way they cook this.
Yeah, it's similar, but not always straight across. Favorite thing is lamb and rice. I love lamb. That's my favorite, spicy lamb.
Muslim worldwide recently concluded Ramadan, a month focused on spirituality and fasting. In Maine, many community iftars brought people together for the breaking of the fast during the month. Eid-al-Fitr is the festival marking the end of this holy month of Ramadan for Muslims worldwide. And in Portland, the day began with prayers early in the morning of April 10th at the Fitzgerald Stadium. The joy of this year's Ramadan was caroled by grief in the face of the war against Palestinians in Gaza. AMJAMBO's Dananji Ratnayak spoke to attendees.
My name is John Otira. I'm the president of the board at Gateway Community Services. It's such an honor to be here with all of you for Gateway's annual iftar dinner. This is always such a place of joy. This has been an event that we look forward to every year to see the community that we are part of. It has religious and cultural significance, iftar, as many of you might know, and there's so much that you can see in people's faces, and that's really important to be together. So I welcome you all for being here, and thank you for making the time to be part of this community. Thank you for being partners with us at Gateway. I see people that we work with, that our staff works with, and people that we serve. So thank you for the work that you're doing, and thank you for being part of this wonderful community. I won't take too much of the time. I really wish you peace in this holy month of Ramadan. For all the Muslim brothers and sisters, we really stand with you in solidarity in this moment. This is a beautiful celebration with strong cultural and religious roots. So on behalf of the board at Gateway Community Service, I want to say welcome to this occasion.
So there are a lot of things you can say about this type of event. I know that it's a way of sharing, and as recommended by the religion and also the holy month. It's a month where people try to be as nice as possible, share with community members, and also feed people. The people that organize this must be fulfilling one of the objectives of the month, that is feed people that fast. Is also a way of getting some blessing. Now, how is it organized here? Most of the people, as you look around, you will see that may not be from here, not Mainers per se. Maybe most of them are coming from different parts of the world. So they may be having different way of doing this back where they are coming from. And the way this happened in Maine here is, for me, is a good thing, because it reminds many people back home where they are coming from. And it is a way of doing this, living this month like the way you used to do back home when you see different people coming. And also some people, I went to another event similar to this month, and people share their cultures, people share their food, people share music, and people also explain who they are, what they do. And it's a way of learning about organization. So if I can say something, like a few words about this type of gathering and this type of event, I would say they are welcome. They should continue every year during the Ramadan, but also beyond Ramadan. They should, seeing people from different cultures, from different countries like that, it's like a cure. It's like a way of healing from isolation, from where we are coming from.
On April 5th, Lyman Moore Middle School hosted a naturalization ceremony for people originally from 26 countries, among them Burundi, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Djibouti, Dominican Republic, Ethiopia, Kenya, Mexico, Russia, Rwanda, Serbia, Somalia, Spain, Syria, and the United Kingdom. Hosting naturalization ceremonies is a decade-long tradition at the school. The ceremony is colorful and can be of great remembrance for new Mainers who have gone through a long process to attain citizenship. AMJAMBO's Mark Matos brings to us the ambience in the room.
Anyone from any corner of the earth can come to live in America and become an American. Today you are making history. The book of American begins a new chapter in your life. You have chosen the United States of America as your home. You have chosen to start your new life as Americans in the snowiest state of Maine.
Jose Angel Thibault, Freddie Begari, Eduard Fashingabo Iranzi. And that concludes the list of applicants that have been naturalized today. How about a round of applause for our new citizens?
A mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these to the homeless, tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
First, that certificate of naturalization that you hold in your hands, it must be signed. It must be signed in order to be valid. You may sign it today, or you may sign it at home, but please do take a few moments before you leave today and check all of the information on that certificate. Make sure that it's correct. And once again, I would like to thank the Lyman Moore Middle School.
Navigating Maine is hard for people from other countries, especially if they don't know English, and many people take advantage of this. They make promises of helping newcomers with immigration, taxes, and other processes in exchange for money. But these promises turn out to be lies. Heather Dallas works hard to alert immigrants to the scammers trying to cheat them out of their money. For example, she warns new Mainers to avoid the people who promise them big tax refunds in return for letting them do their IRS taxes. Take a listen.
I found some cases for people that were convicted back in 2005. I found it on the IRS site in Texas. There seemed to be a lot of it in Texas, Arizona, Alabama. All the same basic sort of variations on the scam. They promise people, they tell them that they're going to be able to get them a big refund, which either you're owed the refund or you're not. It's not like you can legally, magically get somebody a bigger refund, but it's the carrot that they use. And then one person tells another person, oh, this guy said he can file my return and get me a larger return. The ones that I've seen, they're not even legitimate. One of them, the person who filed it made up a whole business that doesn't exist, and it's actually the person, the preparer that I just showed you, where he doesn't sign, he doesn't even put his own name on there, and he doesn't show people the return first. So he filed a return. He happened to give the copy to my friend, but he said he doesn't usually give them to people until they pay. That return shows a business that doesn't even exist. They make up the businesses thinking that if they can show a loss, it will offset income and get people larger refunds. The interesting thing in this particular case is my friend didn't even need that loss. It's like 0 is 0. If it's minus 10,000, it doesn't matter. 0 taxes is 0. So the guy created a fake business, and he also filed with the wrong filing status, which is another thing that they do. They use head of household instead of married or whatever, because there's a larger deduction. But he also filed for an earned income credit as a lot. That's another thing that they do. You know the earned income credit? They massage, as we call it, the numbers and put in for an earned income credit. Well, it turns out that there's only certain circumstances where you're even allowed that. Aside from the income limit, head of household, you're not entitled to an earned income credit. So that is an area that apparently it's a red flag for the IRS. They're watching people that are claiming earned income credits because it's a lot of money if you really qualify for it. So again, what I read on the site, on the IRS site, is that if the IRS sees that you claimed an earned income credit, and even if you did it naively, you didn't know somebody else did it, that's still it's still, what's the word?
You are still accountable.
You're accountable, but you're also penalized not being able to use the earned income credit for the next 2 years, even if you qualify for it. And if you do it fraudulently, you lose it for 10 years. That's thousands and thousands of dollars. In my friend's case, that's a lot of money because he would have qualified for the earned income credit if the guy hadn't filed with the wrong status. And I don't even know what's going to happen to him. So right now, that person, people don't even know their last names. They don't know where they are. They were approached on WhatsApp. Hey, I got this person, and with the way I saw that you had a 603 area code, but that doesn't tell me that you're in Concord, New Hampshire, right? So you could be any place.
Correct.
So I have multiple people now that are trying to get copies of their returns from the people who filed them because they haven't seen copies. And they're getting great resistance from that. Even that first person that brought this to my attention a year and a half ago, he made multiple calls to the person. Can you send me a copy? Can you send me a copy? And it's always, I'm busy. Can I get back to you? No, I'm too busy now. Can I get back to you? Which tells me it's because and in that case, that first one, the IRS, what triggered the whole thing was the IRS sent my friend a letter saying, we're looking into your tax return because it doesn't look right. It looks like this fraud.
Whoa.
So the thing is, they don't review everybody. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen with these people. And I don't have enough information at this point to know, but I have a feeling that if you had a legitimate refund coming, but it went to the fraudulent tax preparer, I'm not so sure if you file a new return, the IRS is going to say, oh, great, well, here's that money that you were entitled to, even though we've already paid the other guy more, because they can't get it back.
I think it's a legal case. So
you what?
I think it becomes a legal case. You need to use a legal case in many ways. Because the guy has already got the money
but you can't track some of these people.
Yeah.
So there are forms that you can file. You can complain about a tax preparer. There's actually one form that you can do where you can complain anonymously, which could work for some people who don't want to be flagging somebody. But there's a whole list of things that you can report to the IRS to say the person, they didn't sign the return, they didn't show it to me first, they used free software, they used not my bank account number, they didn't show me the return first, they made up a business. There's a whole list, and all those things are either fraud.
Here are some important tips from our main navigator section, available each month inside AMJAMBO Africa, full of tips about cultural adaptation, education, finance, health, jobs, money, and more. This guide appears in 7 languages. Pull the section out and keep it. You never know when the information inside will come in handy. Here is a tip from the main navigator. The federal government has opened a new immigration court in Massachusetts, and cases of immigrants with Maine addresses will now have their cases docketed in Rowell, Chelmsford Court instead of Boston. Some people have already received the notices from the Boston Immigration Court. Here is a tip from the main navigator. The federal government has opened a new immigration court in Massachusetts, and cases of immigrants with Maine addresses will now have their cases docketed in Rowell, Chelmsford Court instead of Boston. Some people have already received the notices from the Boston Immigration Court resetting hearing dates. In many cases, these new hearing dates are earlier than the respondents' original hearing dates. Anyone in Maine with a case in the immigration court system should report all changes of address to the appropriate immigration court, ICE, OPRA office, and regularly check the online immigration system to see what information they have about your future hearings. If you still have questions about your case or court location, you can call the lower immigration court at 978-497-9000. Learning English takes time and effort, but it is possible. Here is a brief exchange from a recent Hope Acts English cooking class.
John Messer, and I was a certified public accountant for 38 years. And when I retired, I ran off to France and went to cooking school because I loved to cook, and it was something I always wanted to do. And then I started taking cooking classes when I was old enough to. I never worked as a chef in France. I only went to school in France. I went to a place called Le Cordon Bleu and in Paris. And so in order to go there, I had to learn French because I didn't speak French. And that was a challenge, but it was really, really good. It was wonderful living in Paris. It's famous around the world. And I just wanted the discipline. I love to teach. And I love to cook, so teaching cooking. And hopefully teaching the verbs and the nouns. It makes me really happy. And it always makes me happy to give people something that looks good and tastes good.
Hi, my name is Heidi Fakum from Madagascar. So I'm here in the United States has been 2 years ago. So I glorify to my God for Hope Act. In a program today for cooking, we have a teacher, John. I'm so glad. I'm so happy for this activity. It's very good, and you have many. It's the first in phase for my teacher and everybody, every student class intermediate. So thank you so much.
We are just so lucky. All of our teachers at the Hope House English language program are volunteers, and so they do and they give so much of their time and talent to us. And so that John is also a chef and that he loves to share cooking and food with everyone is really extra special. So we're very, very fortunate. The food is delicious. I hope everybody learned some new English words today and enjoyed some new food. Everybody has food from their culture, and it's one of the things that ties all humanity together. We have things that are foods in common and foods that are always new to us. So it's wonderful to be able to share.
Jaha Kuzimana, your host. We are at the end of today's show. Remember, the website amjamboafrica.com has a variety of great news, and you can pick up Amjambo Africa newspaper at stands like Hannaford, Burundi Cafe, the markets on Lisbon Street in Lewiston, Coffee by Design, and many more places. Together with the entire team of Amjambo Africa, we thank you. Bye.